She is Lisa Spencer from the Indiana County Department of Human Services. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing great. It's so beautiful outside.
See? Doesn't it pick you up?
It really does. It was. I'm not going to lie to you, though. It was 83 in my car yesterday, and that was a little bit hot for the jump. I'm not used to 83, but it is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
I found myself waking up earlier, too, because it was so pretty outside.
Yeah,
So I found myself on purpose waking up at 6:30, which I don't usually do. I don't want to do.
Gee, I found myself waking up at 2:30 like I do every morning. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about... I half expected Kathy Abby Baker to be with you today because you're talking families and kids.
Oh, my goodness gracious. We're just moving one event to the next because I feel like we're running through these months. I cannot believe it's May. But coming up June 2nd, there's another... really big event for the Children's Advisory Commission of Indiana County. It's our annual Family Nature Palooza. It's out at Blue Spruce Park. I just love that park. That's one of my favorites. And it's from 10 to 3. And it's just a really good day for families to come out and just take the technology away and just be with, be in nature, have some fun. It's for we kind of try to gear it towards kind of like 6-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds. But the thing is, it's for any ages, really. I mean, the obstacle course, I think the younger kids had just as much fun as the middle-aged kids. And so it's just a really, really good day. I think last year we had over 300 people come. So it's a really fun day. So I encourage everybody. I think Kathy Abby Baker will have sign-ups on the website coming. I don't think they're ready yet. But honestly, 4 weeks, it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. So it's a month from today. What happens at Family Palooza?
It's so fun. Out there, we'll have last year we had a little obstacle course, and there were some games in there and some activities to do. I think that's coming back a little bit. There was a bike rodeo. The bike rodeo is coming back. We're looking into some pony rides if we can figure that out. Let's see, the Girl Scouts will be there, and they have the little kind of the camping section that they do. Should be the scavenger hunt on the trail if Evergreen Boys and Girls Clubs pick that up. There'll be the Boy Scouts. I believe it's going to be the Boy Scouts will be coming and selling things for lunch. So all you have to do is put a couple of burgers on a grill, and then everybody wants to buy something. It smells so good.
Oh, they make it smell good.
Yeah, so good. And then, of course, Kathy's working on some really special presentations. I think she does have one like a bug guy, someone to come and explain all about bugs and stuff.
A bug guy's coming, and usually there's plenty of bugs.
Yeah, and I think actually one thing that would be really helpful are things to look out for this year. The tick season is supposed to be incredibly bad this season, and
just got a report today on that.
Yeah, there was something someone was telling us about a green lantern fly. I wasn't quite sure. I never heard of that, but apparently this green lantern fly is supposed to be very destructive this summer, and I think it's going to hit crops and stuff, so that's not good.
We'll ask Bob Pollock when he's here on Friday.
Yeah, do that, because I just heard that yesterday, and I personally had never heard of that. I've heard of the green horned toads, but I never heard of a green lantern fly. But I'm curious to know that too. On top of, kind of like the ash. What are they? The ash.
The emerald ash borer.
Yeah, that was something that was. So I would like to learn more about that stuff too. I'm not quite sure. It depends on what groups we can actually get to commit. But it's always a fun day. It's always good. The ice cream truck's always there. You can always buy ice cream, and they do good business.
I think you're thinking of the spotted lantern fly.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Spotted lantern fly.
Yes, that's it. Have you heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it'll chew up.
Well, it's supposed to be bad this summer.
Okay,
so
well,
I did not know.
Well, maybe we'll learn more at
You know what I was
Family
thinking?
Palooza.
I think I was thinking because of all the Avenger movies are out, maybe Marvel movies, maybe the Green Lantern.
He's DC, so there you go. He doesn't get into these movies.
He doesn't get to play.
And they made a really lousy Green Lantern movie, so we're safe from that. We're safe.
It's the spotted
We're safe from Green Lantern, but not from the spotted lantern fly.
That's exactly it.
Okay, so that's something from Family Palooza.
Yes, yeah, it's going to be a really, really fun day. And this is like, oh my, this is like our third or fourth event in since the beginning of the year. And then we'll let Kathy take a little break. And then we'll let her have a little break before we move into Day of Play. And that's usually in the fall. So it just is, it's been nonstop. And we still need to get that survey that we were doing clear back in December, January. We're still compiling results from that because it just, everything's happening so quickly.
So what's going to happen with those results?
Well, what we would like to do is Kathy and I would like to come back on the show and go over some of them with you. But what I would also like to do is do some community presentations. So I told Kathy I would like to be able to go out to different areas in the county because we can't have everything in Indiana because not everybody can come. So I'd like to go out to different areas of the county and, utilize maybe the senior centers or the fire halls or even with the housing authority. They have those extra rooms in some of their buildings. And I'd like to be able to, go over some of the information with community members too.
Now give listeners an idea. The survey was about needs for Indiana County. Just asking people, what do you think, about this issue, that issue, and what does Indiana County need to address?
Yeah, I think that, but also I think like the positive things too. So we wanted to see what we think's working, what we think is not working, where the gaps are, what do we need to do better on. And I had just come back from a conference last week, and one of the hot topics is grandparents raising grandchildren. It's a really, really hot topic across Pennsylvania right now. So there is some legislation in the works over in Harrisburg to, try to help these grandparents because it's I couldn't even imagine. I told you, I think I was, when I was here with Kathy one time, I think I met, I believe she was 76. I believe she was 76, and she had the custody of a 9-year-old and a 9-month-old. And I just couldn't even imagine. Yeah. I don't even know if I could do that now when I'm, just a half a century.
Well, Senator White has introduced the legislation that has, it's making its way through and progressing pretty rapidly, restoring grandparent rights, basically.
Yes.
In those cases where we don't have traditional families anymore.
We don't.
And boyfriends and girlfriends end up having custody of children and grandparents being frozen out.
Right.
When you talk about human services, that's really what you're all about, is making sure that everybody has their legal standing. In fact, this is what Senator White's wording is, legal standing.
Especially if the kids are going to be living there for a period of time, they really need to have access to make medical decisions, school decisions. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play. Yeah. It's not just about caring for, the kids on a daily basis. You still have to have the ability to, if somebody needs to have surgery, to sign for it. I mean, there's definitely some legal issues there, and I'm all for backing that because I think it's a really tough position to be in, first of all, to be able to, raise younger children when you're, get a little bit older. You lose your pep a little bit sometimes. I mean, I'm not quite there that far, but sometimes I feel like I need a little nap. So
she's not there yet.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's very interesting, but that actually came up on our survey, and those are things that I'm very interested to hear more about from the community. We need to know where it is we can, plug in some help.
Yeah.
So I think respite care was a big topic.
When do you anticipate that you'll have everything compiled so that then you can move forward with some community meetings?
Yeah, well, we're working our way through several of the areas because I'm not sure if you remember, but we had a couple of those really big questions. That one about the opioid crisis and suggestions. We had one about just an open-ended question about Indiana County. We had but there's comment sections in all the different spaces in that survey. So I'm hoping in June we'll be able to go out into the county. That's our goal. Okay. To go to different places, but we'll make sure you'll be our first stop.
There you go.
So we go to the ones we love the best first.
Oh, and that's sweet. But that does mean that you've got a very busy month of May coming up.
We do. Yeah. I think
May. So you need to make yourself not so busy in the month of May because when you make yourself busy, the month just goes by really quickly. And we want May and June. We want them to stick around a little bit longer.
Yes. Yeah, we really do, because I'm not quite sure where April went yet, because it's a little bit scary.
Somehow make the month miserable, will you, so that it stays around?
Well, we don't want, well, I could come every day for you, right?
Oh, you think that would make it miserable?
Yeah. Well, I hope not, but I don't know.
Not. I don't think so. I don't think so. So there you go. Yeah. All right. So we're looking at all of those issues, and getting those results in will be very, very interesting.
I think it'll be interesting, and I think we're not going to see things that are like overly surprising. They're basically the same things that come up, but there are some things that we can't change. Mm-hmm. We can't say which, stores come to the area. We can't make stores come. I mean, there was a lot of comments about that, but things that we can't control. But of course, everybody knows jobs are a big deal. It's a really big deal in our area. So we have to work out the things we can.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. It's great to see you.
You too. Lisa Spencer from the Indiana County Department of Human Services. You can tell she's going to be back with us, and probably not so long from now. Fox News coming up next at the top of the hour. Josh in the newsroom.